Hi guys, welcome back to another daily tarot card. These are your daily tarot cards for Thursday, July 16th, 2020. Every single Thursday we pull from the Game of Thrones tarot cards, Throne Thursdays. This is, honestly, I love this. Very positive, uplifting week, kind of just basically telling everyone to take it easy with themselves. You need to take a break, and they're not saying a coffee break. You need to take time to yourself. These cards are also playing into that, with the sun. They're telling us we need to spend time with children. Some of the kids I know in the U.S. are heading back to school at the beginning of August. A lot of homeschooling kids are going back to school as well soon. So it's just like, getting that time in before, we get back to the hustle and bustle of things. So we have the sun. Then we have the Seven of Coins. He's basking in his hard work, all the labor he's put in. He's looking at the fruits of his labors, but he's also seeing there are even more buds blooming. So this is a continued success. As well as pulling from the Game of Thrones tarot cards, we're also pulling from the Healing Angels cards. So we'll start with the sun. Optimism, success, achievement, growth, happiness, well-being, vacations, family. I'm sorry, I'm just skimming through everything. So this represents a peaceful pose, absorbs the sun's radiance. So this could be when you're doing, what is that pose? Not the crane, but, oh my gosh, I can't remember my yoga poses. It's been so long since I've done it. But realigning your chakras and putting your face towards the sun. I just did a reading for someone, and they showed me something like this, where she was just sitting in a cross-legged position, her hands open up to the sky, and she has her face turns towards the sun to, really get that vitamin D in, and just, being with source, being with spirit, and just being in the moment. Being outside, I feel like, that's where we do our best. So they're saying the pelts, sun rays invoke the sunflower, symbolism of growth and strength, which also appears in the urn in the garden. So they're saying also represents fulfillment and completion. The sun is one of the most positive cards in the tarot, signifying happiness, well-being, and opportunities to bask in your achievements. This card often erases to show a well-deserved vacation and overall reaching a point at which you ease up and share precious time with those around you. Sorry, mosquitoes bugging me. This card also favors time with children, nourishing new projects, and connections that lead to financial success, relationship growth. So maybe you're taking a relationship to another level. Maybe in the sense of a child, it's like your child has matured over this summer vacation, and now they're more understanding. Their eyes are kind of open. It's like they're like a rebirth into a young adulthood, where they understand the value of a dollar. Maybe they shouldn't, they may be feeling a little guilty, I shouldn't have asked for the things I asked for before. But it's like you're coming into your own now. You're realizing things. You're maturing, and it's like it's never too late to learn. But at least they're learning this at a young age, the value of a dollar, especially going, back to school shopping. I don't know how many Judge Judys you see these kids taking an Apple phone and what was the other thing? It was just why are you taking this stuff to school? One was an Apple Watch and one was an iPhone. And I'm like, one was in grade school and one was in high school. I'm like, why are you buying such an expensive phone for school? Oh my gosh. I remember being in school and people being jumped, and I'm like, they got jumped for nothing. $2. It's ridiculous. So we have the Seven of Coins. So potential, effort, expansion, results. The seven shows potential success in your better result, if you expected better results by now, don't spend too long analyzing it if you're in the right business or have made the right choices. Sorry, I was trying to remember something and I'm reading at the same time. So they're saying maybe you thought you'd be further along than you are. So there was a saying, it's like, if you can't be a mountain, be a hill. If you can't be an ocean, be a lake, be a river. So they're saying, maybe, you see people that are more successful than you do, 22.2 million people, followers, but it's like, you got to realize, like, being that personal with some people is not, it kind of loses it as you get bigger. And when, maybe you're only at 30 people, maybe you're only at 50 people, but it's like, you know what? Look, you started at 0 and you got to 30 to 50 people. So that means you have more personal relationships. You could sit there and know people by name. You know who they are. And that's what a lot of people say, like, people that help me keep me grounded. Because there's some people that have been there since the beginning, and it's like you appreciate those people because you still see them there. And it's just like, you forget faces and names as you get bigger and bigger because it's like there's more people to remember in the crowd. This 7 shows you will succeed eventually. The key is to keep going and putting in consistent effort. Even when work is tedious, don't turn back. So, a lot of people get into, want to become a healer. And it's like, that's fabulous. The more healers, the better. But they don't realize it is a dedicated process. Monday through Friday, whatever your hours are, whatever your days are, it's like that's a dedicated thing. And we know that when we're not doing something that dedicated, it's like you lose your audience because it's like, well, they haven't posted in a month. They haven't posted in a year. Like, why am I following you? Like, I used to follow you daily. Like, a lot of people sit there, first thing they do, turn on their phone. There are certain pages that they absolutely love. So if it's like a daily affirmation, something positive to speak of, it's like they look forward to that. And when it's taken away from them, and then it's like, okay, maybe they'll come back. Maybe they're on vacation. 1 month goes by, then a year goes by, and it's like, do I really want to follow them anymore? I'm not getting what I used to. So it is like a daily process. It is a lot of dedication. So we're pulling from the Healing Angel cards. Change. Life is a journey. It would be very unfulfilling if each day was exactly as the last, because life is always changing. It is forever fresh and new. Allow your life to unfold gracefully. Be grateful for what was, is, and forever will be. Our next card is Courage. You have what it takes. Just do it. We, your angels, are here to support you. So, this is with the 7 of coins. They're encouraging you. It is tedious, but let's keep going with this. This is your passion, especially if you love what you do. You found your passion in life of being of service. Honestly, it's like, yes, some days it's like, oh my gosh, I'm so tired. I just want to go to bed. But it's like, like I said, we know we have to do this work because people do look forward to this every day. Like, daily affirmations, daily tarot cards. Maybe you make a video, an inspirational video. Maybe you're, what do you call that? A motivational speaker. So they're looking for that, that giddy up to their day. It's like you're like their cup of coffee, to set the day right, to set that intention right for the whole day. So our next card we have is Surrender. There is no point to pushing the barrel such up a steep hill, Go back to the start. Surrender your expectations. There is an easier way. When the time is right, a new path will appear. So they're saying you're still going to get to where you want to be, but it's, you know what I mean? Just surrender the way that you're going to get there. We're going to go back, dial it back, and we're going to start over again. And, what have you learned around on the first path when you started getting steep and it started getting hard? How can we prevent that from happening the second time around? That way it's more easier because you've climbed up this steep hill, but this time you already know the terrain. You know the surroundings. You know the lessons that had to be learned along the way. And you'll be able to do it the right way this time. Maybe you lost your footing. They said you're not grounded. They're saying grounded. So destiny. Your destiny is to bloom, to shine, to transform, and to ever greater light. So, 3, well, maybe even change is part of that as well. But they're all talking about the 7 of coins here. That, the poor guy is sitting there leaning on his rake like he's pooped. But he could see where the hard work gets him. It does represent coins here. Yes, you may get some money from this. This reminds me of the 8 of Pentacles, having your work out on display for the world to see. And you will get that abundance. But don't sit there and think that, don't look and say, this is where I want to be, and you're looking up to someone. Don't open Pandora's box. Your journey is different from theirs. You know what I mean? We don't know how they got there, and they don't know how you got to where you are. So you just sit there and appreciate every step along the way as you go along, starting from point A to point B to point C. Concentrate on what's in front of you and your own path. Don't worry about anyone else's. So I hope you guys enjoyed these daily tarot cards for Thursday, July 16th, 2020. For Throne Thursdays, every single Thursday we pull from the Game of Thrones tarot cards. Have a blessed one, guys. We'll see you for the next daily tarot card. Have a good one.